Hello and welcome to this James the Bike Guy, where today we're checking out a FSA crankset, but most importantly, the K-Force Wii version. This is the carbon fiber crankset from FSA that is designed to go with their electronic Wii drivetrain, and in this video we're going to pop it out of the package, check out some of the features, and of course, find out what this crankset weighs. Alright, opening this up is almost like Christmas morning because inside should be a very nice looking crank, and in fact it is. Now let's pop this out of the package, first starting off with this incredibly lightweight carbon fiber crank arm. Now I do love the look of this. It is pretty chunky. It's a little chunkier than maybe I was anticipating, but beautiful setup. And then out of this custom packaging comes the K-Force crankset. So this crankset is going to be carbon fiber armed, and then it runs this 30mm wide spindle. This one happens to be in the BB 386 variant, and they do have a few different fitments for it, but 30mm wide spindle, those two go together, or better yet, like that, so you can actually pedal. And on this K-Force setup, you're going to have a 4-bolt chainring setup that is able to run the 3 most common standards. So in this case, this particular setup is going to be rocking a 50-34, so you can see that right there, 50-34, so 50 on the big ring, 34 below. These are hollow chain rings, so they're kind of forged, and you can see that the larger chainring is almost acting as the nut for your chainring bolt. But you can also run a 52-36 and of course a 53-39 standard setup. And with this setup, because it's the BB 386 Evo, that means that this BB 30 spindle is a little bit wider. It's 86mm setup, so you can run it on more fitments. BB 30 bikes with an adapter, some threaded setups as well as of course BB 386 Evo bottom brackets. The chain rings should be shifting quite well. You can see they've got some really aggressive shift ramps, and in fact they have 4 spots for pickup and drop off. So that means in the rotation you're going to have 2 catches at each segment of the power stroke, where you've got in a rotation 2 spots where you'd really want to be picking up and dropping the chain, and those are mounted in on this chain ring, which should give it some pretty good shifting performance. Of course, that's always something that you do give up a little bit when you go from different brands, but with FSA setting this up for their Wii system, this is going to work really well with their chain and the rest of their setup. This crankset does of course remain compatible with other 11-speed drivetrains, has a Q factor of 147mm, and then of course a chain line of 44mm. Well anyways, I think it's time, now that we've checked it out, to find out what it weighs. So the actual weight of this crankset setup is going to come in and weigh a scant 605 grams. So thanks for joining me to check out this FSA K-Force crankset. Go ahead and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below.